All right, good deal, good deal. Well, we appreciate you guys being here with us today. This is Morgan with Trading Pub. We've got special guest Daryl Martin. Let's see, is sound okay for you guys? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. We'll make sure it's okay. All right, good deal. Well, we appreciate that. And real quick, before we get started, if you can, type in where you're joining us from. I know Daryl's going to go ahead and get his application sharing going. But if you can, type in where you're joining us from. Virginia, Southern California, Orlando, Wisconsin, Florida, South Africa, Chicago, Mobile. Hey, Jack. All right. Well, very cool, very cool. Well, one thing I'd like to point out, and I'll put this link up, and you guys can have a copy of it as I'll leave it up as an announcement during the presentation. But some of the strategies that Daryl covers today, we've actually got a video library of several of our strategies, Daryl's strategies as well. Let me just screen size that. Everybody should be able to see where it says Apex Investing Institute. To download, or it says to access our video library as well as Daryl's, check this out. And I'll put this link in here for you that you guys can click and access anytime. But basically that just gets you free video access. One thing that was kind of cool that I'll mention before I turn things over to Daryl, we just wrapped up our very first trading contest at the Trading Pub. Do we have anybody in here that took place in the trading contest that we hosted? It was 2 weeks ago. Hey, Heidi was in there. All right, well, we just finished that up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, Harold said it was great. Yeah, we're going to be having more of these. Here's a look at the leaderboard. This was after the first week. This was after the first week, and so you guys can check that out. But we'll definitely keep you updated. Anybody that signs up at that link that I posted earlier here, we'll definitely give you guys first crack. Typically, we limit the number of people in these. This one was limited to 200, but anybody that signs up on that will give you guys first crack at the next trading contest. Make sure you get a spot. But you are an awesome part of it. Help provide some education and sharing a lot of the strategies on here. I know a lot of these guys on the top 10 leaderboard are actually students with you as well. So that was very cool. But I will turn things over to you at this time, Daryl, and we appreciate you being here with us today to talk about some premium collection strategies.
All right, can you hear me okay? We got everything sounding good? Oh, you're good? All right, excellent. All right, well, welcome here to the Trading Pub event, and my name again is Daryl Martin from apexinvesting.com, and definitely take advantage of that video library. We're talking, out of my library alone, I don't know, like 200 hours of education. We also just opened up our forum with a lot of new stuff that we're putting in there for Q&A, for ongoing Q&A. And we're starting to link all of our videos inside of the forum to make it really easy to ask questions. So just to show you where that's at, let me pull it up right here. 1 second, and I'll put it on there. How many of you already have a Nadex account, first of all? Excellent. So a few of you have one. Some of you, I'm sure some of you, okay, who doesn't have a Nadex account yet? Maybe not have one. All right, so let's get that out of the way real quick. Let's let you know what to do. A what account? All right. So first, let me give you a quick summary. Nadex is the North American Derivative Exchange. Currently, you do have to be a U.S. citizen to trade on Nadex, or you have to have a U.S. company with a U.S. bank account. So just to get that out of the way. Hopefully, in the next 30 to 90 days, okay, you can't actually, if you're outside the U.S., if you get a U.S. company with a U.S. bank account. So it's not just you can't, it's just you have to have a U.S. entity. So hopefully in the next 30 to 90 days, that will be available to you. And as long as you're on our list, so you're a member over at Apex, a Trading Pub, we will let you know the second that is available for you, okay? But Nadex, again, is the North American Derivative Exchange. It's based out of Chicago. I'm one of the official premier educational partners for the exchange. And I teach all over the country for them. I do not only webinars, I do webinars almost every Tuesday night. I'll have another webinar tomorrow night on how to trade the news. And so we'll make sure we get you that link as well for that if you don't have it already. and it'll be posted up on our calendar later tonight. But also, I do live speaking events for them. And yeah, this is all about Nadex. This is about how to make money in 15 minutes. This is about Brett. So anyway, and I'll show you some trades I did. Nadex.com, you got it. So if you want to get a demo account, okay, click on our products, click on demo account, and get that set up, okay, so you can fill in right now. Put in your username, your first name, your phone number, your email address, get all that going, all that set up. And then let me also give you the link, and I know Morgan has a lot of these resources available for you, so if you don't get them afterwards, let me give you the link as well for the company that we work with, because we do a lot of education, and don't make anything on this, but really appreciate if you use their link for it, okay? And I'll post that link right here for a live account. And it takes about 5 minutes, as little as 5 minutes to go from live to funded, okay? John, you're on the wrong webinar. But one that you probably are going to be glad you're on, so just stick around, you'll see what you find out. Fill in the username, first name, last name, phone number, and email address. Click apply for demo. Check your email. Okay, again, check your email right away. You'll be able to log into your account. And so right up here at the top, you can log in. Just click log in. And right here where it says demo, and that's pretty cool. You can even use their iPhone app, their Windows app, their Android app, all that stuff. Nadex is not an index on NASDAQ. No, Nadex is the North American Derivative Exchange. You're talking about the NASDAQ 100. So let's go on over here to let's see, I got put in mine. What they'll do is you'll start out with $25,000 in funny money. And try that again. As soon as you log in, a couple quick tips for you. What you want to do, everything is different about Nadex. I was logged in on another browser. If you're logged in on another browser, it'll log you out. And they'll start you out 25 grand. And then if you fund a live account and email dan.cook@nadex.com, he'll get you hooked up with an ongoing contract there. And wow, we need to do like an intro to Nadex webinar, Morgan. We got a lot of newbies on here. But definitely sign up for the link that he has up there with the Nadex library. It'll teach you everything from A to Z. And so I guess I'll spend about 10 minutes because there's so many newbies on here going through basics. But I know a lot of people came to learn about premium collection. So that really is going to be the main focus. It's not going to be basics, but I will go into it. But yes, they're a derivative of the major future indices. They have the S&P 500. They have the NASDAQ 100. They have the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow 30, the Russell 2000, the DAX, the Nikkei, the FTSE 100. They also have gold, copper, silver, corn, soybeans, oil, natural gas, euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, euro yen, pound yen, US yen, US franc, US CAD you can trade on. So a lot of different markets that you can trade, okay? And so nope, no news on that yet. Let's see here. All right, Morgan, I'm going to let you answer all the basic questions, and I'm going to keep going into it. But anyways, let me give you a quick summary, and we'll go through everything, and we'll get you set up on what premium collection is. The premium collection is probably among my top 5 favorite strategies that I do pretty much every day. I did live trades today. I'll show you some examples of those trades. But I did, again, live trades. And sorry, I didn't get your water there. Start out first with disclosures. So got those up, get that out of the way. Here's some additional disclosures. And basically, trading involves risk, and know what you're doing before you do it. Trade demo until you got a clue, right? Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. One of the cool things, though, that you'll notice on this disclaimer that's different than anything else, okay, is that's awesome, Steve. One of the cool things is about this disclaimer is you will notice it does not say you can lose more than is what is in your account. That's very unique, right? If you're trading futures, you can, right? If you do naked options, you can. If you do certain option strategies, you can. Even stock, you can lose more than what's in your account if you trade down margin. So they're supposed to, stop you out ideally, but they're not required to. They do that as a courtesy. But I mean, things gap, things move too fast, your stops get ran. But on Nadex, that can't happen. You put up your max risk on the trade right up front. This is actually better than regular options, Rick. So I traded regular options for a long time. That was my first love in trading. That's how I quit my day job. This is like Friday expiration options every hour is what this is about. And so with Nadex, you don't have to worry about that. And we got some interesting people. And so check out our website and just check out that link that Morgan gave to you right there. We'll help you out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into binary basics, okay? And just to make sure everybody's up to speed on the basics. We're talking about setups. We're talking about, stats, just making sure you have your stats lined up, and really more importantly, at what time to trade on this strategy. And then we're going to go into really important factors that you need to consider when executing the strategy, when to execute it. And I'll show you a couple examples of what I did today, literally right before the webinar. Some of you followed, I think, one of my trades right there at the end over in the P3 chat room. We have a chat room where we do premium collection trades. And some people were in there and posted the trades. So let's see here. Yeah, right here. But expiration premium collection and all that. But so some people following along, some people are like learning it for the first time, and it's a very addictive strategy. So it's a lot of fun. Let's get into the basics of binaries. I'm going to use my demo account so I can hit buttons and not care about it. And I built this thing up enough I can do whatever I want to with it. So, and I don't know. I guess you got to define a fool, right, Earl? So, anyways, but this is that's actually a great point, Steve. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up because binaries are created equally. Okay, not all binaries are created equally. And to answer your question, James, you can trade stock indices. So if you think like spiders, that'd be like a stock indice. So the S&P 500 futures, NASDAQ 100, the Qs. Think about Wall Street 30, and you get the diamonds, things like that. But binaries overseas, my opinion, total scam. You risk $100 to make $70, and that's the best it gets. And that's not a probability in your favor. It's a 50-50 trade, okay? Meaning if it's above or below this price in the next 1 minute, 10 minutes, hour, week, month, whatever, then you'll make $70. And if it's below it, you'll lose 100. And by the way, that price is right where the market's at right now. So that's not premium collection. We're not talking about that, okay? That's 50-50 over-under bet. Also, things that these the bucket, what I call them is bucket shops will do is they won't let you close your trade before. Okay, they won't let you close your trade before expiration. Nadex lets you close your trade before expiration, so you can trade the binary and not just bet the binary. And CFTC actually put out the CFTC, which regulates the CME, actually put out this really warning, basically saying that watch out for where you trade. There's a lot of scams going on out there, and I'll even post the link for you. And what they say is that Nadex is the only, regulated exchange approved to offer binaries. So anywhere they're closing people down. They just shut Bank of Binary out. They shut InTrade out. They close InTrade down, and I mean, there's just all these things going on. They have all these little scams that they do and things that they watch out for. So if this is new to you, or if you've heard negative things about binaries, you probably don't know about Nadex, is my guess. And so, you definitely want to, before you just write it off, you want to check it out. I do this on a consistent basis. And I posted a bunch of leaks in here that are really helpful that will let you know sort of how Nadex stands out from the rest. So let me put them right up here for you. But these are things that you can check out. And I even have a whole video called Why Nadex Binaries. And I go through like 10 reasons why Nadex and not other binaries. Okay? Yep, this session is entirely on binary options and how to make money with them in a very short period of time. But we're going to focus on in-the-money binary options. So to understand what an in-the-money or an out-of-the-money binary option is, you first need to understand how a Nadex binary works. Yeah, that's a question for a different time. So right here, let's look at Aussie dollar. Okay, this is I'm just randomly picking. I'm not placing a trade in reality. I'm just making sure you understand a binary first, so I can actually give you something that you can use. And you can use this tonight. Okay, you can use this tomorrow morning. You can use this 21 times a day. Okay, what I'm going to teach you. But first, you got to understand how binary works. So on Nadex, when you're buying a binary, okay, you're saying a statement is true. If you're selling a binary, you're saying the statement is false. All right, if you're buying the binary, you're saying your statement is true. If you sell the binary, you're saying your statement is false. So what statement? The Aussie dollar spot FX market, okay, will be greater than 0.9140. The Aussie dollar will be greater than 0.9140. I'm just using one of the contracts as an example. Greater than 0.9140 at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So is that true or is that false? This is the most basic definition, by the way. If you think that's true, you buy the binary. If it's greater than 9140, then you will be profitable. If it is equal to or less than 9140, you'll lose on the trade. The binary will always expire at a value of 0 or 100. So if it's true, you buy it at 49, and it'll expire at $100 if it's greater than 0.9140 at 3 o'clock. If it's false, it'll expire at 0. You'll lose $49. Now this is if you actually held the binary all the way to expiration. You could buy it at 49 and you could sell it at, 60, 50, whatever. It's a great question. Danny, what's the difference between at 3 p.m. and 11 a.m.? The 11 a.m. expires at 11 a.m. The 3 p.m. expires at 3 p.m. That's the difference. So we'll be above this price at 3 o'clock, or we'll be above this price at 11 o'clock. Okay? So that's the statement. It'll be above the price at 3 o'clock. If you're buying, you're saying that is a true statement. Again, you don't have to hold it. Okay? So now people go, well, I don't know if I like that. Well, there's a lot of ways to do this, and we're going to talk about a couple of them. But you could buy, who in here, I see a stock trader, I ask him, will there be binaries on stocks? Probably not, because this is CFTC regulated. They do have them on the SPX index and the VIX, but they're really illiquid. Not Nadex, but the CBOE has binaries. And so, it's just not going to be a high demand thing. You can get a lot more volume on futures and forwards than you ever can on stock, because there's 22,000 stocks. But it doesn't really matter. The answer right now is probably not. There's a lot of strikes to choose from and a lot of different expirations. So yeah, there's 3 a.m., 7 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m. Tomorrow morning, you're going to see 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 also. You also got weeklies on top of all that. Okay? So there's a lot of expirations. Yeah, you can set it and walk away. Not a great strategy unless you have a take profit order and have a reason for doing it, just like any trade. But you can do that. Nothing will happen to you. If it expires in the money, you'll be profitable. If it doesn't, you won't. If I'm ever doing out of the money binaries or at the money binaries, I'm usually setting a take profit order. So if I'm buying for $50 or less risk, then I'll set a take profit. But I mean, we got stock traders. Who in here would love to buy a stock for 5 and sell it for 15 today? Does that sound good? I mean, that's a great thing, right? Well, what I find out with binary traders all the time is they aren't happy with that. They buy for 5, and man, they can make $95, and they're going to hold on. And they're going to give away their $5 because they want to make 95. Well, buy for 5 and sell for 15. That's a whole lot better deal because it's more likely to happen. Okay? So, and yeah, Bob, you definitely could be gambling if you're doing this. I would not be a gambler if I were you. If you're gambling, you shouldn't trade, period. If you trade with the system, if you have a reason for your trading, then that's different. And actually, I worked with a gambler recently who was trying to become a trader. He had a really hard time. So a really hard time. But if you buy for 5 and sell for 15, just like buying a stock, it's going to go up. You buy for 5, sell for 15. And so that's one strategy. I don't think that's a great strategy. I think there's a lot better strategy. And I'm going to show you my favorite strategy. But first, I want you to understand, if you buy, you're saying the statement is true if you held it to expiration. If you sell, you're saying a statement is false. Okay? Which means you're saying it'll be less than or equal to this price at expiration. If you hold it to expiration. This is just like a call or put option. Okay? You can hold it or you cannot. Think about it. If I buy a call option at the money and it expires below that call option, all the premium I paid is gone. Right? I know, right? So obviously they don't know what they're talking about. But if I buy a call option and it expires below my strike, premium's gone. If I buy a binary and it expires below my strike, the premium is gone. It's no different, okay? This isn't any different. So the difference here is it could expire just one tick above my strike and I get full payout. You don't get that on an option. It's got to expire like a call option. It's got to expire all the way above where you bought the premium just to get break even back, just to get your money back. Okay? So this is a lot more effective way to trade binaries. Now, if I sell, again, I'm saying false. It'll be below. Now, I don't have to wait. I don't have to hold till expiration. I can put it in order. But how do we add all the pieces together to actually make money on this? Because this, sounds interesting. But how do we put it all together? And so I'm really, diving into this webinar. We're probably going to have to do an intro to Nadex. I didn't realize we're going to have so many new people on this webinar. That's a whole what is Nadex webinar. But how do I identify potential trade setups? And we're going to go into one specific strategy out of all these things on here. So what we're going to talk about is in the money premium collection. And one of the things people hear, it's funny. I'll hear traders call futures gambling. I'll hear traders call options gambling. I'll hear traders call binary gambling. I'll hear non-traders call stock trading gambling. What is gambling? What separates? Because he's a professional gambler. He's not really a gambler. He's a professional card counter because he goes in and he makes money pretty much every time he goes to the table. He makes a lot of money. So is he gambling? If you have the chance of risk, that doesn't mean you're gambling. What means you're gambling is if you don't have a strategy, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have statistics, and you don't have profit money management with a system to control your entries, your exits, your stop losses. If you don't have that, okay, if you don't have those steps in any trade you do, whether it be a mutual fund in your 401k, a stock, an option, a binary, a spread, a future contract, Forex, you're gambling. If you don't have all those pieces, if you don't have money management in place, the exact strategy you're doing, have a system for doing it, and you haven't actually practiced it without using real money, you're gambling. Card counters don't go in and learn to count cards live at the blackjack table. Okay? They practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. And then they go in and they win. How does Phil Hellmuth win? How does he win more rings than anybody for the World Series of Poker events? He's not gambling. He literally is a professional card player. It doesn't mean you always win or you are going to lose or will always lose. What it means is you have a system for managing your risk and managing your profits. You can build it up without being that, but yeah, the best is always nice. All right. So trades that I did today, I went in and I placed some in the money binary trades for what's called a premium collection. So let's get into that. What does premium collection mean? It means that the market doesn't have to move and I make money. So if you've ever done an iron condor, a credit spread, things like that, this is basically what that is. But instead of me having to go, you know what, I think the market's not going to go into my credit spread anytime in the next month or anytime in the next week, I can say anytime in the next hour. or the next 10 minutes. And honestly, I don't even care about the spreads. So spreads are looking at the, how do I put the spread? Looking at the bid-ask spread is, not seeing the forest through the trees. It's not an effect on my trades at all. Here's my account, right? My demo account right there. Okay, start with 25 grand. So whatever you want to say. But right here, and I'll show you some live trades from today. So in the money means the market doesn't have to move at all. So first, let's just see where Aussie dollar is. And I'm not saying this is how to do the trade. First, I'm going to explain the trade concept to you. The Aussie dollar is currently at 0.9132. 0.9132. Well, if I buy this binary saying that the Aussie dollar can expire greater than 0.9080, how far does the Aussie dollar have to move up to be greater than 0.9080 from where it's at right now? If the Aussie dollar is at 0.9132, how far up does it have to move? Nope. Then have to move up 0.001. If the Aussie dollar is currently at 0.9132, how far up does it have to move to be above 0.9080? It doesn't have to move up at all. So if it stays flat, will it finish in the money? Yeah, it's already above it. Okay. If it goes up, will it be a profitable trade? If the Aussie dollar continues to rise, will I be profitable on this trade? Yeah. What if it goes down 30 pips to 9103? Will it be profitable? Will it still be above 9080? What if it goes down to 9090? Will the trade still be profitable? What if it goes down to 9081? Will the trade still be profitable? Wow, so you're telling me this thing can drop basically 32 pips or so from where it's at right now. 52 pips. 52 pips from where it's at right now, and I would be profitable on this trade. If it goes up, I make money. If it stays flat, I make money. And if it goes against me by 52 pips, I still make money. The only scenario where I lose if it goes 53 pips down or more. Not quite an over-under bet, right? A little bit different. Okay? So now let's flip it around. Now, by the way, here's something to consider, because this will flip some people out. If I do this, the exchange is closed. It closes at 5. All right, we're going to have to play with the numbers we got right here on the screen. All right. If I do this trade on the screen right here, how much can I make on the trade? It can actually drop 52 pips and I'd still be profitable. Yeah. $19. Okay. What would I lose if it dropped 51 pips? If the Aussie dollar fell 51 pips for me to lose? Where it was. No, I'd lose more. Okay, what would happen if the Aussie dollar fell down to 0.900? Like it dropped. It was at 91. It's at 91.33. So it dropped 133 pips, or 53. Let's see, 33 down. Flip that. Let's say it goes to 0.9050. How much would I lose on the trade? If it expired at or under, because remember I said it has to be above if I buy. That's right, I'd lose 81 bucks. You got probability is in our favor, right? Moves up, we make money. Stays flat, we make money. Moves down 50-something pips, we make money. As probability increases, profit will decrease, okay? However, that doesn't mean we have to risk $81. So how high is the probability the Aussie dollars are going to drop 52 pips? I don't know. But it's a lot higher than it. I mean, it can go up, it can stay flat, or it can go down. So the probability, honestly, by the pricing is 19% that it won't. Actually, would be the accurate answer. So exactly, it's 19%. Because the price of the binary is the probability. It's statistically built in. There's a 19% probability that it will not go down. Meaning there's an 81% probability it will stay at or above 90.80. There you go. Anyways, so now that we got that out of the way, if it goes down, how do I manage my risk? It's funny how people know so much, but we're trading these every day. What price will a binary be worth when it hits 90.80? Who could tell me? I know we got some binary traders in here. 50. That's right. Because there's a 50-50 chance the Aussie dollar will still be at 90.80 at expiration if the Aussie dollar is currently trading at 90.80. Right? That makes sense because the price is a measure of probability. So does that now make sense why I said 19% and 81%? It's $50 is 50%. Okay? Now, if there are 4 days till expiration, what is it going to be at if the Aussie dollar is at 90.80? We have 4 days. So we bought a Friday binary. $50. If there are 4 days left until expiration, if I bought a Friday expiration binary and the underlying market got to the binary strike, like let's say Aussie dollar got to 90.80, what would the binary be worth if the underlying market was at the strike? $50. What if there is 1 day? What will it be worth? Not 4 days, but only 1 day at the underlying market. Now, what if the underlying market is at the strike and there's only 10 minutes left till expiration? $50, okay? There are 3 prices I can count on in binaries. They'll be worth 0 or 100 at expiration, and they'll be worth 50 if the underlying market is trading at the strike price of the binary. And that is my edge. That is one of my biggest edges in binary trading on Nadex. So, would you agree that buying a trade that has to move 52 pips against you for you to lose gives you a greater than a 50% probability? More like an 80% probability, okay? That's where the numbers of pricing comes from. So, like let's say 8 out of 10 trades are profitable. All right, let's just go on that stat right there. All binaries are worth either 0. That's why I said they all expire 0 or 100. All binaries are worth either 0 or $100 at expiration. The max value is $100. So they don't go. Now you can buy 100 of them, you can buy 1,000 of them, but you can buy 1 of them. But $50 is a 50-50 chance. So depends on what strategy you're doing, Greg. So on this one, I like short-term ones best. But right here, because we're doing expiration premium collection today. So if I have 8 that make 19, okay, and going on 80%, okay, and then let's say I have 2 that lose 81. Not doing it right. Calculator. 2 times 81. There we go. So I actually would lose, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, I lost $10. That's if I let it expire below. What would happen? And this is where risk management and probability come into play. This is part of what I call the P3 formula. That's why we have P3 signals. It's probability, planability. Okay? So my probability we got right here on this trade, we're basically estimating at 80%. My profitability is I make about, 19, 20 bucks, whatever, when it profits, but I could lose 81 if it loses. Therefore, my net would be negative 10. What happens? There you go. Exactly. So if I go in, I buy it at 81, and I sell at $50. Okay. So again, I go in and I'll sell it out at 50 and I'll buy at 81 and do that times 2. Okay. Now, instead of losing, you know, $162, then I'll go in. But instead of losing $162, I lose $62. So 81 minus 50, $31, multiply that times 2, lose $62. And now I'll make 152 and I'll lose 62 and I'll net $90 over 10 trades. That's a lot better than taking the full loss. So now by putting probability in my favor, moves up, stays flat, moves down, 50-something pips, I'm profitable. And by putting, that's my probability, not putting my profitability in my favor, by getting out when it hits the strike, commission and fee, there's no commissions, fees are 90 cents a side, they cap at $9. If you do 100 contracts, the fees are $9 per order. But they cap at 90, or they're 90 cents each, up to a max of $9 a side. So if I go in there and put that in there, then now I actually have a profitable trade. So I got to combine probability and profitability. And then now I have the last piece, which is planability. But hopefully everybody so far understands the concept there of we're doing an in-the-money binary for premium collection. Because then the market can move against us or in our favor. You know, it can do a lot of different things. Okay? So that's one of the edges. Now, that doesn't mean I always take that edge. I have certain, you know, ways to, you know, trade this, and I'm going to show you some of those and show you some of the trades I do. But like, let's say I'm trend trading, I may do that right there. I go in like an hour before expiration, I usually don't do weeklies. Sometimes I do dailies. Usually I'm doing the ones that have an hour left expiration, so I can have trend in my favor because I'm trend trading a chart. Okay, I'm actually trading off of a chart. I'm not just randomly picking. Okay. A binary, and I don't just look at this right here to randomly pick one. Okay? So Gunter, 100% yes. So I am looking at the trend of the market, definitely. So I'm not just going in and going, I think this will be cool. I'll go ahead and just do a, I'll buy that one. So that'll get you to a lot of trouble. So, and so anyway, so that's the pieces right there. And on how you do it. Now, what about if I want to sell? Okay, so you're going to have to, we're trying to find if I have, that I have it. Pick it up here. See if this one has one. I have so many thousands of screenshots, but I'm thinking about the market not being open right when we did this. Usually I can go ahead and just pull quotes. Let's see. Okay. So let's just flip it around on the other side on the exact same example, but let's bring up the strike. Okay. So the market's at 91.33. Let's say we're going to sell the, I'll just say 90,200. Okay. For, you know, $20. I'll sell it for 20. All right. And now if I sell for 20, that's my profit potential. This is really, it's an important thing. It's easier to show from showing the binary price ladder. But when I buy, the buy side, the ask side is my risk. $100 minus my cost. So if my cost is $80, my risk is 80, I can make 20. If my cost is 20, my risk is 20, I can make 80. All right. If I sell, the bid price that it shows me, that is my profit potential. Okay. So if I sell for 20, I can make 20, and I'm risking 80, $100 minus 20. If I sell for 80, I can make 80, and my risk is 20. But the advantage that we're doing here is that the max loss is higher, but that's because the probability is also much higher. So you're putting probabilities in your favor. And you can basically be a premium collector or you can be a premium donator. If you trade in the world of options, you're one of the two. Okay? And I appreciate premium donators. They think that they got big numbers in their favor. They think they're going to win a whole bunch and they collect on them. So because they go in and they're the ones that sell for, you know, hey, I'll take a $20 risk to make $80. And I'm like, great, I'll let you do that. I'll go ahead and I'll take your $20. So I mean that's premium collection. That's what it is. That's how it works. Somebody donates, so somebody collects. And so we're collecting. So if I sell for 20, if I go up here to 9,200 and the market's at 91.33, how far down, because remember if I sell, I see at or below 9,200. How far down does the Aussie dollar have to move for me to be profitable? If the Aussie dollar is currently at 91.33, and I'm saying it'll be less than or equal to 9,200 at expiration, how far down does the Aussie dollar have to move? None. Not at all. It doesn't move down at all. It's already below 9,200. So I've guaranteed got a profit if the Aussie dollar doesn't move a single pip, right? If it moves down, is it still below 9,200? Do I profit? Am I correct about my statement saying that statement would be false by selling? Yeah, so it can drop and I can make money. It can stay flat and I can make money. And what if I sell it and it goes up, but it stays below 9,200? If it goes up 60 pips, will I still be profitable on the trade? Yeah. 66 pips against me, I can still make money on the trade. Okay? So none up, 66 pips, or down as far as it wants to, and I can still be profitable. Now, I actually do combine these together, called my butterfly. It's a whole different webinar where I'll do them range bound. But now I can buy or I can sell. Now, I like to go directional a lot. Yeah, you can bracket the range. Check out if inside of our site, once I click on that link that Morgan has up there, and you go to systems, and there's a range-bound trading thread in the forum. And I'll show you where it's at. So I got your questions, forum. You scroll down, and under system, it's like range-bound trading premium collection on Nadex. So the whole training on it. And I'm moving actually all of our videos into the forum so people can post questions on them. So you can go in here and you can watch the video and then you can post any questions you got. We're literally just now moving all these over this week. We have them all over the website. We're trying to get it really like in place. But yeah, you can bracket the range. Now, so what do I do like constantly? Because sometimes I bracket on news, right? We have a whole news trade newsletter we talk about the ranges that markets will move in and everything else. I have all the stats based on how far a market moves, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes before a news report. So that's a great time to, for me, that's my favorite time to butterfly. Because I'll go in and I'll do a range bound right before that point. And because I know the stats, I know how far it moves. A great question that pops up is Nadex functioning as a market maker to ensure someone takes you inside the trade? No. There is a market maker. Nadex is not it. Nadex is an exchange. They are an unbiased party there to facilitate transactions between buyers and sellers. They're an exchange like the CME. So the CME is not the market maker. So CME is the exchange. Nadex is the exchange. There are market makers and there are other traders on the other side, and there are market makers to ensure that there is liquidity. Yes. So I have no problems with placing trades. Me and hundreds of other, thousands of other traders at Apex. That place, trades constantly. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, if you want to range bound, you'll learn about that. But you got to know this to even do range bound, right? Because you got to know one side before the other side. Apex is an education company that I own. We do hundreds of hours of free education. Probably do about 10 to 20 free hours every week. Anyway, so I use this. And I go in here, and so you got to know, max value. It's $100. Max risk reward. If you buy it, the buy price is the risk. The $100 minus that is the reward potential. If you sell it, the The bid price is your reward. Between $100 and that is your risk potential. So, and we figured out time is in our favor. If you go in and you buy these $5 and $10 binaries that have like $5 and $10 risk because you want to make 95 or 90 bucks or whatever, that's great. And when they win, it's awesome. But it's rare. It has to move a lot for you to be profitable. This doesn't have to do anything for me to be profitable. So let's see here. I'm not sure what table. I'm just logged inside the Nadex demo. If you set up an account right now with them at nadex.com, click on our product demo account, and you can log right in. Takes about 30 seconds. So now you can go into the Nadex platform, and I'm going to show you a challenge that I had, and we have traders using this constantly every day. But the platform it's okay. There's a lot of binaries. Here's the 3 AMs. All right, and by the way, let me change it to where you can see all the binaries. That's just one page. You don't even know that they're missing a whole page of binaries. So here's the binaries. Those are the ones that expire at 3 o'clock in the morning. These are the ones that expire at 7. These expire at 11. These expire at 3 o'clock tomorrow. These expire at 7 p.m. tomorrow. These expire at 11 p.m. tomorrow. These expire at the end of the week. And starting at 8 o'clock, you're going to have 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and another 3 o'clock intraday binary. So there are hundreds of contracts to narrow this strategy down on. Okay? Like hundreds of contracts. So that made it so difficult for me because I'm like, okay, well, I know I can trade it. I can find one. But, do I want to do that? Do I want to place that trade? And so I can go over here, and is that the best? Out of all the choices available, is that the best? And I really don't want to spend an hour flipping screens, and it's frustrating. And so one of the things I had built for myself and other traders that we use is this binary scanner. You can check it out for free if you use that link that Morgan has up there. Obviously, if you're an elite member, or P3 member, or Apex, you have access to it. But you go in here and you can choose live or demo. So it'll give you the live or the demo data feed. Okay. And then I set the risk filter here to 70 and then to 90. And then about an hour before expiration, okay, this is like 7 days, so I'll move this down like to 1 hour. Then I'll set that down to 1 hour and I'll select my markets. So today, for instance, I was trading on the NASDAQ, I was trading on the Dow, I did several trades. Some of them I sent out on the Signal service, we put them out there. They expired profitable. But I'll go in there and I'll select the indices so I can see what contracts even exist that I could possibly trade. Right now, nothing because it's not open. But at 4 o'clock, I was looking at the 4:15 expirations. And so right now it just shows the weeklies, but as soon as at about 6 o'clock, it'll open back up. And then you'll be able to see it. So you can hop in there and you can check it out. As soon as you sign in, you'll be able to get it. You'll have immediate access to the binary scanner. Right now, it's actually open for anybody that signs into Apex. And then you'll actually be able to place tickets directly from it. It'll pop the ticket up. Like here's one of the trades I did. Here's the NASDAQ. I went in and I bought the NASDAQ 100 like right before expiration. And I mean, literally like right before. And put the trade on. And let's see here if we can chart. So I was looking over here at, I use diagnostic bars. These are bars that we made over at Apex because they really clean the trend up. They show the trend. And so I'm looking at the trend going into expiration, and I see it's going up. I go in and I buy 10 contracts on this trade right here, which means I'm going to make, how much will I make if I buy 10 contracts for $77? What is my profit? There's various services. Come over and check it out. Got a lot of different random guesses here. $230. That's the winner. Yeah, 23 bucks a contract, 230 bucks total. All right. So exactly. So that's what I make on the trade. 77 bucks. Okay. And Now I could lose $770, right? That's possible, but I could lose that. So that's why I want those probabilities in my favor. But it's really nice. If I get in for 23, I can get out for 50. That's not bad. Things in my favor. It's moving up. Stays there. I can be profitable on the trade. Let's see here. Account. I have it somewhere around here. Right over here. I even opened up the binary chart because I'm watching the price. So it went on up, 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 up. But let's see. It doesn't really matter much. But, 1 second. I know one of these screens has it. Okay, right there. I put the order in for $77 for all 10. I could have done like 20, 50, 100, whatever. You can do one. So I just happened to do 10 on that trade. I'm just trying to open up. I got way too many things open. Taking me a second. I may just relog into the account. Maybe faster. So I can show you the orders that were placed. So notice one thing to show it on demos and another thing to show it on live, right? So that's live, by the way. You can actually tell by looking at the ticket. It doesn't have the word demo in the ticket. It would have it right there. But okay, so right over here in our order history, I placed several orders right at the end of the day. So 77. Senate, I modified it to 78. Okay, because it moved up a little bit on me. Grabbed it. 78. And so yeah, I got 10 contracts in. Those contracts all expired in the money. Probably have my Nadex tickets on here. And let's see, what that was the NASDAQ ones, right? So what will happen is it'll send you a ticket as well, and the money gets credited right into your account right away for $1,000. So people go, wait a minute, did I make $1,000 on this trade? No. Payout. Remember, everything is 100% collateralized. Like I said at the very beginning of the webinar, you can't lose more than what's in your account because you put up 100% of the risk. So I put up $770 to do the trade. I got my 780 because I've got it for 78. So I put up 780 and then I got my 780 back plus I got my 220. So I got $1,000 payout back. Let's see, another trade that I put in. Let's see here. At Wall Street 30, I did another one on the Dow. Did 10 contracts on that one as well. So, and let's see, where's the entry price on that? So did that one for 80. So I got it filled for $80 and 50 cents on that one. So, so I bought those for 80 and they expired in the money at full payout. So what did I make on that trade? You can tell me what I made if I bought 10 for 80 and expired it in the money. $200, yeah. So that trade made $200. I placed the trade at 16:05 and it expired at 16:15. So I spent 9 minutes doing that trade. You know, this one, let's see, I put that one on over here. US Tech. That one's even less time. I put that one in at 411. So yeah, the 78 order went in at 411. So that was 4 minutes, a 4-minute trade. So for 220 bucks, not too shabby. Okay. Yeah, less commissions. I don't really worry about commissions, man. I just make sure it all ends up positive at the end of the day. So people worry about. I usually don't hear constantly profitably traders worrying about it. Like, I mean, if there's a better rate, they're going to go get it. But it's not, if the trade can't make enough money to work to cover your commissions, then it's just not worth trading. You just, move on. It's just the cost of business, Like, I don't worry about shipping and everything. Like, if you have some business where you sell widgets, yeah, there's shipping involved. Yeah, that needs to be built into my final net P&L. So actually, it's not 191. You actually got to subtract $18 from it because there's $9 in and $9 out. So, yeah, if you're over trading, it would be an issue. But so it'd be $182 net profit. So $200 was my gross profit. So either way, who cares? I did it in 4 minutes. There are. Yeah, your money, exactly. It's cash clear. It's instant. You get like seconds later, you can hop in and place more trades. Liquidity big enough you're confident, yeah, your order will get filled. Yeah, I mean, they show you the liquidity right on the screen. So if there's 100 contracts there, it'll show you. If there's 500, it'll show you. If there's 250, it'll show you. If there's 50, it'll show you. Don't outtrade the market. So, if there's only 50, I'm probably not going to place 200 contracts. So it's just like if you're trading option open interest. You don't exceed the open interest. Usually you don't want to exceed like 30 to 40% of the open interest on an option contract, right? That's a whole held position. So this right here, they'll actually show you, they're saying, we're quoting this at this price. So just don't outtrade the market. Again, and unless you're trading, I mean, maybe you're a massive trader with a $100,000 account, and that's a big deal. But unless you're like, I'd say 80% of the people, at least, that ask me those questions, they don't even have 10 grand in their account. You shouldn't be trading more than one of these per $10,000. $1,000 in your account, So, because I mean, the risk is high. You could lose. You don't want to wipe out your account. Harry, I have 20 strategies. I have about 78. I have about 20 strategies. I have about 5 I do consistently. And to follow all of my trades closely, I don't know what you mean. Nobody's following all of my trades. I'm not quite sure what your question is right there. I'm teaching you how to do it. For free, teaching you how to fish. Now, if you want to come over and learn how to fish with us, hey, we have a fishing room, right? So you can hop on in here. Yep, $78. Spider books. That's the Wall Street 30 that we sent out. So you can definitely hop in and be happy to help you. 70 question. What's your question, Marjan? I have 14 screens, but I run a radio show. I have live trading rooms. I have chat rooms, websites. I'm doing webinars like this. I record videos. So, I'm always learning and looking at new strategies. And certain ones I do consistently. Certain ones I have one that works great on a monthly basis, but I don't like making money on a monthly basis. I like making it daily. So I don't do it. You only need one. I mean, 2 I recommend that most students have. Like obviously you need 1 screen. I recommend that most traders have 2 screens. A good active student. Which almost every computer and laptop you can plug in a second monitor to. So 3 is great, 4 is ideal. You don't even have to have an upgraded video card. You can buy these little like USB monitor upgrades like at Newegg.com, and you can plug in another monitor to another to one of your USB ports. So, Thomas, you can't yet, not yet, unless you open a US company, but hopefully in the next 30 to 90 days. When can you do these? Best time of day? Okay, that's a great question. Let's check that out. Right over here under scanners, I have an expiration schedule. That's pretty cool. It actually shows you all the expirations and when everything expires. There's 21 expirations a day. So I got gold, silver, copper, oil, natural gas, corn, soybeans, FTSE, Japan, the DAX, dailies line up, which is really cool because then you get intradays and daily strikes. So you have even more strikes that you can take advantage of. Yeah, here, 2 screens on a laptop is more than enough. I mean, all you need is to be able to look at a chart and look at the scanner. And that's it. So you have maybe, let's say you're looking at the 4 indices. You have 4 indice charts up, and you have the scanner. Maybe you want the room. Maybe you want a little box for that too. So 2 screens, you could easily fit all that on. What am I using to chart? I saw that platform. I use NinjaTrader as a plugin for Ninja, the Apex plugin. This is what I use to place my trades. I trade this one pattern for direction. So that's a pretty good job. And I have 3 entry filter rules, and I have 7 trailing count rules. So right there, filtered out a lot. Like this said market reversal. We're actually doing a Thursday webinar about how to do this reversal trade. Got some good questions coming in here. Let's see. How do you determine the probability of success for the trade? The trend, expected move, etc. I do a couple things. One is I'm looking at the trend. Yes, definitely. That's absolutely essential. 2 is I put the 8-period moving average on it. I also am looking at a 5-minute bar chart. I'm looking at both mine, because mine are a lot cleaner than 5-minute charts. And I look at 5 minutes just as an added confirmation with the AEMA on there. And I ideally want as much distance as I can get, like below that AEMA. So I want the market going in the direction, like a trending, the middle of. Like you don't want a trade that's going through the middle of the AEMA like this. You don't want it trending up. Like that, okay? And then, so 5 with an ADMA, I'll use the diagnostic bars with the ADMA on them. And I don't really care what direction the apex is going when I'm doing these like 10-minute trades. I'm actually just looking at where the bars are going on the ADMA. Because it's only a 10-minute trade. I'm not, you know, I'm basically scalping. And then I also use a tick thing that's very, very helpful. It's market noise. It's in our elite room. You can see it. And it basically just shows the current market movement that's happening electronically. You can imagine, like this, sort of like hearing market noise is what it does for you. There we can dive in and ask too much questions. Let's see here. I don't know how much that helps you, Madi, but basically I use diagnostic bars, 5-period moving average with ADMA in the direction of, I trade in the direction of the trend. And so I won't buy the S&P and sell the Russell. I want all the indices going in the same direction. You know, I'm not trying to butterfly, asking to get hit on one side or the other. And I also look at time and sells. So then I'll be looking at, you know, like basically as they're flying by, I'll actually have the time and sells window open and just seeing what orders are picking out of the time and sells window. And this sort of gives you a feel with here. So like, is there a lot of ticks up, ticks down? Is it ticking flat? You know, what's it doing? Let's see here. Let's see, trying to go through other things. Ninja you can get for free. You need to be looking at actual futures and forex data live, not the SPX, you know, ES future, not the 6E, the euro dollar future. Because remember, every tick counts. If you're one tick in the money, you're profitable. If you're one tick out of the money, you've lost. So you need to be looking at live, and we actually show you in our website for free how to get free access to futures and forex data if you don't already have it. I did take a expiration 1635 right before expiration. I did that trade. I added it on. It was actually also my our core trade today. So both. Yeah, I added like one more in just for because it was like if I was trading just premium collection, I already had trades on for the core. If I was doing just premium collection, it actually was like the trade to do on ES. You have to see it right there. I put it in. I bought so where did that? Where is? Yeah, I bought another one actually like at 44. So, because actually everything that I do on premium collection was lining up, so I just grabbed another one. Yeah. But I did it as a premium collection trade. How much does institutional trading by machines influence the binaries? The binaries are a derivative of the underlying market, so it doesn't. Somebody asked me that today like on the radio. It doesn't. It doesn't matter because it's a derivative of the model for pricing engine. Just like there's Black-Scholes model for options pricing. So, I mean, it doesn't affect any more than it affects the regular market. Because if the market moves, the binary has to move in price, or else there's arbitrage. Yeah, core trades are part of the P3. You do need a Forex data feed to get Forex data inside of NinjaTrader, yes. But we show you how to do that, so for free. You can use Gain. FXEM is extremely slow. I prefer IQ feed. They're really fast. I don't want to miss a trade because I'm waiting on a chart to load to flip it. So. I want my strike below the 8 EMA on the diagnostic bars if I'm buying. And I want to see the bars closing, opening and closing above the 8 EMA on the diagnostic bars. There's like opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing, not like in the middle. What's my favorite setup? On what? I trade futures, forward, stocks, options, spreads, swaps, binaries, forwards. I guess the easiest answer would be Apex Strategies. My favorite. It's clearly defined and it works a lot. So APEX. So enter, trail stop, trail stops, trail stop, trail stops. So it's very defined. That's my favorite way to trade. Let's see, trying to see what other questions might have. What I can tell you right now is this is among my favorite strategy setup. There you go, David. But this is, I mean, I love this strategy, and it's funny. I mean, and I got guys in our room that used to be like, I ain't doing that strategy. That's gambling. That's high risk. They're doing it every day now. So, so it's pretty sweet. I love this strategy, and I use it on a daily basis. And those who catch the vision, more power to you. Everything stopped. Let's see here. Are the underlying markets futures only? the futures are futures. The future indices and commodities are futures. The forex are FX, spot FX. So they're only markets for the forex or spot FX. So once you get into our site, once Morgan gives you access to the library and everything, let's go here under education, and we have a whole Nadex section, okay? And this is literally like ABCs of binaries. Like literally like, what does a binary work? How does it work? What is it worth? How to open and close it? I mean, everything you need to know from beginning to end. It's all in here will help you out. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe an Omnovia thing. Done a few webinars today without any issues. But Morgan has recorded everything. So we're there. Yeah, so a lot of times it could just be your internet connection and picking up the audio. Yeah, if you're doing it on a mobile device or cable internet or dial-up or 3G connections, 4G connections, things like that. So with that, let's see, we got 21 expirations a day. We got multiple instruments, okay? Ones I would caution you about, pound yen and euro yen. Going on that right there, so pound yen and euro yen. And because they move a lot, and you can look like you have a great trade, and they can move like 30 pips in like 2 seconds. So be really careful on those. We talked about profit potential. You understand that? We talked about one thing is when you have this is actually really cool. We've noticed this like Fed Funds Day, okay? Extremely high volatility day, right? The market's just flying all over the place. There'll be a lot of premium in the binaries. And like it felt like we were robbing sometimes like on like S&P contracts with like 5 minutes to go. And we're collecting $30. Just amazing trades. So high volatility days can be some really good premium collection days. It's like I wish every day was Fed Funds Day when you see stuff like that. Under markets, if I collect less than $80 or less, I'm pretty much usually holding to expiration. Unless it's my strike, like I have to. So if it's in with a few ticks of my strike, I'm probably just gonna bell. Right? Like if it's only like 2 or 3 ticks away, I got 3 minutes to go, and those last 2 minutes, like I can't get out, I'm probably gonna bell. I'd rather take like a $10 hit or whatever. Let's just say it's like right there, and I bought it for 80, it's sitting at 70. I'll just take the $10 hit and move on, because it's a lot easier to go make $20 and be net ahead than it is to lose 70 and have to go make all that back up, or 80 and make all that back up. Most of them I take all the way to expiration. Now, if I say, let's say I go in and I'm able to get like 25 or $30, then I'll usually put in a take profit order. So if I buy for say like 75, I'll put in a take profit order in for 95. Or if I sell for say, 25, I'll put a take profit order to buy back at 5. Because then it's really cool, because then you've got a majority of the profit, you're out of the trade, and you have no risk. But when it gets small enough, at a certain point, it starts becoming pointless to not close it out early. Barry, if you'll follow the link that Morgan gave you, then yeah, you'll log into our website. It says member, log in here free, or sign up here free, and you'll be able to access it inside the free members area. Brent, yeah, that's okay. You might want to Skype me, okay? Is the cost of a binary a function of the distance to the strike or time until expiration, or both? I actually have a whole video on what makes up the pricing model of an expert binary. But yes is the answer. It's distance to strike, time until expiration, and implied volatility, all three. We actually have a simulator that shows you if the underlying market moves a certain distance within a short period of time, what will the binary be worth? That's built into our binary scanner. You can check that out. So yeah, because when you think about it, it has to be 0 to 100, right? So if I can show you the live one, but it has to be 0 to 100. So let's say this thing's worth $70. It's in the money, but there's 4 hours left. Now there's 2 hours left, and that'll be worth like 80, and they'll be worth 90, an hour before expiration. It'll be worth 95, like 10 minutes before expiration, and then it'll be worth 100. That's in the money. Vice versa. Let's say it's worth $30, okay, to buy it because it's underneath the market, but there's 4 hours left, and it'll be worth, say 25, and then 20, and then 10, and then 5. So because there's less time for it to move the distance to be in the money, or there's less time for it to move the distance to be out of the money. So the probability is changing as time goes by. Yeah, I love doing this stuff when I post news because it's just implied volatility. Like flies in there. And you can do some great premium collection trades. I mean, it's really, really far away. And you get the big spike out of the way. Yep. Exactly. Can you trade this on the Thinkorswim platform? You can trade Nadex directly through nadex.com. You're a direct member of the exchange. You can use your Thinkorswim platform to chart Nadex underlying markets like the S&P, E-mini futures, the euro dollar, the pound dollar. You actually place your trades, though, on the Nadex platform directly with the exchange without paying a broker fee for being in between. Like right now, you're paying Thinkorswim a fee to execute. So versus you getting to be a direct member and execute directly without having to pay a commission. So you just pay exchange fees, which you're paying anyway. You're paying, that's built into your commission price for charging it. So at Nadex, you don't have to have that broker fee on top of the exchange fee. And then I'll do it before pending news. I did one of these trades. It was really cool. I did a range bound one. And we did this last quarter. Right before, so we'll be looking for another one this quarter. Right before Google earnings comes out. And on the NASDAQ, I think if I can find the trade in here. But we went in and like the implied volatility was huge. So we went in, we actually were able to put on a trade on both sides. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But and we put on just a massively wide range bound strategy right before Google put this stuff over the wire. It's pretty sweet. SC, we talked about exiting early. So if you buy like at 75, you could sell at 95. Just go to your own position. This little green arrow right there. And if you watch the platform videos inside my members area, you'll be able to learn how to use the platform. I mean, it's worth 15 minutes. I think it's funny. Like people ask 1,000 questions. It's like, who watched the video? And then ask the questions. Because 99% of your questions are going to be answered, and probably 50 questions they didn't even think to ask are going to also be answered. But I'm right here, education, and then webinar recordings. Also, we have like all sorts of bonus webinars, and then inside the forum, which we're removing the videos too. Like the premium collection videos all gathered together there where you can actually put questions. Those will be under system. So system has to do with rules for entry and exit and all that. So you put stuff in there. Glad to help you out. Now you do a lot of premium collection during the Asian sessions. So you do this at night. This isn't like you have to be a day trader, and this isn't you have to sit in your computer 8 hours a day. This is a 15 minutes. And we went through some examples. I think that's pretty much it. Do y'all have any more questions on this? I know it's sort of a different strategy, but it's a pretty sweet strategy. If you've ever done premium collection on regular options, you'll love this because it's faster to collect some money on the trade. Cool. Well, if y'all have more questions about this, please let me know. I'm always doing webinars on Nadex, and I also do webinars on trading futures and forex and stock as well. And I love the trade, period. So if it moves, I like to trade it. see, Morgan, are you there? I think we've wrapped it up. We got most of the questions.
All right, great. Well, thank you.
Go till about 2 o'clock, and it starts. Actually, Sydney gets done about 2 a.m. Eastern time, and Tokyo gets done about. What time do they end up? About 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. Actually, yeah. Tokyo finishes at 5 a.m. And both of them start at 5 o'clock. So you're basically talking about 5 to 5 as an Asian session.
All right, guys. Yeah, and two, you should be able to click on that sign up button. But if you put your info in here, we'll get you access to both our library and Daryl's library. As you can see, Daryl shared just a little bit there and a little bit over an hour with you guys. It's got a whole lot more where that came from. And then also, we are doing a very cool class this Saturday that Daryl's taken part in. He's going to be teaching the one chart pattern that class. That you can click on that link if you're interested as well. That'll be this Saturday. It's a half-day class that we're very excited about. And Daryl, we really appreciate you being a part of today's class. We'll get a copy of the recording posted for everyone. Be sure to check out Daryl and all the cool tools that he has available at apexinvesting.com. So again, you can go there and find out more. So Daryl, thanks again for being here. As always, you did a great job. And Barry, if you put your info in, you should get a registration email if you check your email. So thanks again, guys, for being with us, and we will see you on Saturday.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.